Alright, what's going on, guys? It is Falcon here again for another very interesting video we got for today. And I didn't expect to be making this video, but apparently the patch notes for season 3.30 is now out. I woke up to this morning and I basically read all of the patch notes. And to be honest with you, I'm blown away on. I was kind of asking myself, what is Namco on? Are they smoking weed or something for some of these buffs? Because if you haven't read the patch notes yet, you won't believe what I'm about to show you guys. Now, in case you guys already do know, Fucking Ram is going to be coming out tomorrow, and I am going to be live streaming tomorrow. I'm going to be labbing him. You know, we could lab together and learn him together. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be on YouTube or Twitch, because I kind of watched it on YouTube. I kind of miss doing it, because I'm just not used to Twitch yet, I guess. So just make sure to have your notifications on for either YouTube or Twitch. I don't know which one I'm going to be doing yet, but we'll find out what I feel like doing. Now, again, patch notes are out. I wanted to read these to you, because I find some of these changes to be complete bullshit. I think maybe you guys could agree with me on this for some of them. But there were some other ones that, I liked. Cough, cough, Brian and Miguel. But, there were some characters that got certain buffs that they did not need. For example, Hordong, there are some buffs that he did not need. Xiaoyu really didn't need to get buffed. The Mishimas did not deserve to get buffed. I'm gonna show you guys what the fuck they did with these characters. Mainly Kazuya and Devil Jin. Asuka doesn't need to be buffed. Nina, okay, that makes sense. Lee, man, I'm pissed off with Lee right now. And, again, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Eddie's whatever. Oh, yeah, and there's Miguel down there. Miguel got some nice changes as well. But I don't see any nerfs in here. The only nerfs I see is to Akuma. Akuma's the only character in these patch notes so far that has been nerfed. Now, there are more patch notes. I hear that Anna, Lei, and Leroy are going to be getting changes. So, I'm guessing Anna's going to be buffed. I'm guessing Lei's going to be buffed as well. Leroy, probably going to be nerfed. I don't know yet, because they're not done translating that one yet. But let's just talk about the patch notes we have right now. So, Hordong. There are some buffs with Hordong that are serviceable, but there are others that I find complete bullshit. Alright, for example, 4-3. It got a damage buff. Went from 12 damage to 14 damage the second hit. Now, is that an 11 frame punish or is that a 12 frame punish? I don't know. I think it's 11 frames because of his standing 4. Most standing 4s are 11. But 11 or 12 frame, that's good. That makes sense. CD3 has a lower hitbox. That's his wall bounce. That's good. That's good. Nothing crazy so far. But here I find a bullshit buff. The just frame skyrocket goes from -10 to -8 on block. So now it's perfectly safe. Nobody can punish this. Now, you might be saying, but Falcon, most characters couldn't punish it anyway because of pushback. Yeah, but then you had characters like Gigas that could punish it every single time because of his arms. Gigas could punish that every time, basically. And I think Jack could also punish it with forward too. I think that had pretty good range. But since it's now safe, it's always safe. So basically, not only is this a buff for Hordong, this is a nerf for Gigas. Because, again, he can no longer punish it. And that was one of the strengths of Gigas in that Hordong matchup, is that he could punish the Just Frame Skyrocket every single time. But now he can't anymore. So this, not only is this a buff to Hordong, I find this makes Gigas worse. And honestly, this whole patch note, the whole patch notes makes characters like Gigas, Lars, Eliza, low tier characters, Akuma, Panda, Yoshi, it makes all of them worse. Because all these top tier characters here and mid tier characters are getting buffed, but the low tiers get nothing. Gigas has no buffs. There's nothing in here for Gigas. There's nothing in here for Eliza. Nothing for Lars. Nothing for the Bears. The Bears got nerfed for some reason, don't know why. And nothing in here for Yoshi. There's nothing. But they'll buff all these characters. They'll buff Hordong. They'll buff Xiaoyu. freaking Mishimas, even Brian, to be honest. Asuka. These are characters that have just been constantly, they just can't stop getting buffed. Hordong is a character that cannot stop getting buffed, and it's really annoying. It really annoys me. While standing 4-4, also got a damage buff. So his 11 frame punish does more damage. 13 to 16. Yeah, he really didn't need that, but whatever. Sidestep 4, increase the lower range of it. So I think it's going to hit grounded more consistently. That's good. And his right stance down 4-3, that's his mid homing move that knocks down, is now safe. Yeah, we really needed that because that was another move where if you spaced it correctly, the move was safe. But again, Gigas could punish it. So he can't anymore. This is another nerf to Gigas, basically, in the Hordong matchup. So yeah, Hordong is going to steamroll Gigas now. Steamroll him now. Gigas had some things coming for him in that matchup, but now he basically has nothing. Basically. Because that's now also safe. And another dumb change is right stance back 2. It's now more plus on block. That move is already annoying at +2, and they make it +4. You guys know how I feel about fucking Hordong. He is just so obnoxious. And he's going to be even more obnoxious. I'm like, are you just trying to get me more annoyed at this point? Like, what is Namco on? Like, is Namco smoking crack about some of these buffs? I really don't get that. I don't get this at all. But again, we're not even into the bullshit changes. We're not even there yet. And his Hell Sweep, right Flamingo down 4, the first it got a damage buff. A 3 damage buff. Why? Why? Why does his Hell Sweep have more damage now? Honestly, I think it needs a damage nerf, to be honest. Come on, dude. Seriously? And it's unseeable. Knocks down. Can wall splat at certain ranges, and now it does more damage. Okay. Fucking ass, man. So yeah, only buffs for Hordong. This character just can't stop getting buffed. For real. Okay, next we got Xiaoyu. Okay. Xiaoyu also got some interesting changes. Down 3-4, change the move to send the opponent spinning when it hits mid-air. So yeah, down 3-4 is now a screw move. I tested this in practice mode this morning. It didn't seem very consistent, though. It's a buff, but you're not really going to use that. Unless if maybe there's a... I don't know if she has, like, a move that will knock you down and you can screw with that. I don't know. I don't know how much that's going to be helpful. Xiaoyu players, let me know. I don't know. Down back 4 got a damage buff. That's a really good low poke. It's +7 on normal hit, -12 on block, and knocks down on counter. Now it does more damage. Okay, whatever. Back 2-2. The second hit does 5 points more damage now. And also, they change the opponent's behavior when it hits on counter hit. On counter hit, the second hit does that knockdown, kind of like down back 4 does on counter hit, but you can actually pick up from there. You can do back turn down 3-4, and the second hit, if it counter hits, is a full launcher. Now, the thing is, though, with this change, I don't find it a big deal, because back 2-2 is not that amazing anyway. I mean, it's a homing move, yeah, but getting a counter hit on the second hit, if the opponent knows what they're doing, yeah, that's almost never going to happen. So, the move's not the best. So that's kind of a whatever change. Back 3 is now +2 on block instead of -4. So she can basically pressure you afterwards. Yeah, great. We really need that. And full crouch, down forward 4-4, and Art of Phoenix forward 4-4. These are the same moves. Both got 3 points of damage improvement. 13 to 10. And that move can be very annoying because it has very annoying frames. And now it's going to do more damage to me. Man, that shows Xiaoyu is going to be even more annoying too. Bet. Back turn enemy 3, that's her wall bounce, is now went from -19 to -14 on block, and recovers 3 frames faster. Now that move always recovered very slowly, so that's not a terrible, stupid buff. You know, that's reasonable, I would say. And that's the Xiaoyu buff. So yeah, Xiaoyu got buffed. They're not as dumb as Hordong, but yeah, she's definitely gonna be more annoying now. And now we have Brian. This was a buff. When I saw the hatchet kick, I was shocked. I did not expect Namco to do this. As you see, it got a damage buff from 21 to 23. Okay, I'll take it, I guess. And they changed the frame advantage from +4 to +5. Good old Hatch Kick got buffed. I kind of wanted it to get buffed, just to make him a little bit more scarier as a 50-50. But, yeah, I was not expecting that. So, I guess thank you, Namco. Thank you. That's not stupid broken, but, you know, it's great. Okay, now we're getting to the Mishimas. And these Mishimas have gotten the stupidest buffs out of this entire patch notes. Just look what they did here. The electric, right? And this is for Heihachi, Kazuya, and Devil Jin. It's for all three of them. Watch this. Look. Shorten the recovery. God damn it. Shorten the recovery time after the move misses by 3 frames. Really? Really? So are we going back to Tag 1 or Tekken 5 here? Is that where we're leading with this? You guys know how hard that is to punish properly, right? And now they recover 3 frames faster? What? What are you all on? That is one of the dumbest changes I've ever seen. And not only that, but in Season 2, they buffed the tracking on the electric, which was also pretty fucking stupid. Do you have any idea? And I tested this in the lab. They are like almost impossible to punish properly. Previously, it was hard, but it was doable. Now, it's almost impossible. Are we going back to Tekken 5? You all know how fast the electric recovered in Tekken 5 and in Tag 1. It's basically always safe. I mean, I play Mishimas, but fucking God. What are y'all doing over there? What is with that? Do you have any idea how hard that is to punish? That's so ridiculously difficult. And now it's going to be even harder. I don't even know what to say about that one. That buff is super bullshit to me. Alright, let me calm down a little bit. Okay. Down back 4. Increase the lower range of the attack. That's good. So now it's going to hit grounded basically all the time. Okay, and now we're at the Hell Sweep. Okay. I gotta stay calm for this one. The Hell Sweep. Kazuya and Devil Jin's Hell Sweep, as you guys can see, have increased tracking. Why? Just why? Why? Seriously? And again, I tested this in the lab. It tracks sidestep left. You can't sidestep it. You can sidewalk it, but just like with an electric back in Season 2 and now, you have to time it. You have to time the sidewalk. You can't just sidestep left and beat a Hell Sweep. They'll clip you now. When Kazi hit you with the Hell Sweep, and when I did another Hell Sweep and I tech rolled to his weak side, it hit. Previously, it wouldn't hit. So now Kazuya and Devil Jin's Kazuya and Devil Jin's Hell Sweeps are even more annoying. You can't step them basically anymore. You basically can't step them. Combining this with the electric buff, what? Seriously? We're gonna. Oh yeah, if you guys start seeing Mishimas a lot online, yeah, thank Namco for that one. Fucking assholes. Asuka got buffed again. Yeah, it's like this character needed buffs, honestly. It's really like this character needed buffs. So her Snake Edge, the opponent's closer when it hits. Yeah, like we need that. And if you cancel it, it recovers 2 frames faster. Okay. Whatever. Her 2+3 changed the time of the punch parry effect from 7 to 15 frames to 4 to 15 frames. Now, in case you guys don't know, 2+3 with Asuka is like some high kick that gives you a free down back 4-3, I think, on hit. And that does have a parry in it. I don't know if it's a punch parry. I think it might be a punch parry. But now it's going to be more consistent. I mean, that move wasn't really used a whole lot, so honestly, that's kind of whatever. Down 1+2 was a fix an issue, blah, blah, blah. Reduce the strength of the pushback, make the move easier to land. Okay, great, we need that. And change time of crouch success from 15 to 39 frames to 10 to 39 frames. So it's going to basically high crush faster. Has more crushing. I mean, not more crushing, but it's going to crush faster. That low is already annoying as it is. It gets a free 4-2 for crying out loud, and it's basically unseeable. Asuka's another character that just cannot... Stop buffing this bitch, bro. Stop. She's so easy to play. She doesn't need these dumb tools. Now, Season 2 was the worst, but, you know, with the buffing. Excuse me. And while standing 1, reduce the strength of the pushback. Also buffed. Okay. Devil Jin, same change as Kazuya. And the while standing 2, reduce the strength of the pushback. So they buffed his while standing 2 again. Okay. I mean, you nerfed up 4-4, so again, I can't really say a whole lot there. Lily. Okay. Forward 3. Change the move to send the opponent to a spinning motion or something when it lands as a counter hit. So basically, her 4-3 mid-homing move is now going to launch on counter hit. Okay. Okay, whatever. God damn these fucking texts. Okay. Down 1+2. That's her power crush, I think. Her new power crush she got in Season 3. Reduce the strength of the pushback, okay. And increase the range when successfully stopping opponent's attacks. Why'd they do that? Did the move always whiff when it, you hit buttons? Okay, well, they buffed it. Back 3+4, that's where she automatically goes into, back turn. God damn it. Guys, just ignore those texts. Sorry, I'm in a group chat. Maybe I should turn them off later. But yeah, back 3+4. Shorten the recovery time by 4 frames. So it's going to recover faster. So I guess you have more time to do mix-ups. Okay. Sorry, guys, about my voice. And then, Core Circle Forward 2 is now safe on block. Went from -10 to -9. Okay, whatever. So yeah, Lily, you know, decent buffs, nothing crazy. 4-3 launch on counter, that's decent, but again, nothing crazy. Dragunov and Leo didn't get anything too crazy. They just got fixed issues, whatever. Y'all can read that on your own. Those two are whatever. Nina also got buffed. Nina, I wouldn't say got massive crazy bullshit, but you know, nothing crazy. Nina's down back 2. Change opponent's behavior when the move lands as a counter hit. I thought at first when I read this, I thought it was no longer going to counter hit launch, but now it gives you a bigger combo. It gives you a bigger stun on counter hit. Previously, it would just screw them immediately and the combo was limited. Now it will give a proper stun. I mean, that's a good move. You know, it's a mid-homing move. That's perfectly... Only -5 on block. Down back 3 has more frames on hit. Went from +3 to +4. I like that. Nice. Back 2 is now homing. That's very interesting. Back 2, too. That 12-frame bitch slap she has, you know, that's now homing. I like that. Okay. Nothing bad here. And then her slide, Core Circle Forward 3, will high crush faster. Okay, that move's not that great anyway, to be honest. It's very telegraphed, so that's kind of whatever. Now, here's a decent one. Her sidestep 4 is no longer launch punishable. It's now -14. That's good, because that low is really good. It high crushes instantly. It's plus, I think, 5 or 6 on hit. And I think it launches on counter hit, too. And it's very fast. In previous games, that low would actually stagger on block. But now it's only -14. So it goes through the block. So that's a very good buff. So Nina got some good changes, nothing crazy. And now we have Akuma, the character that has gotten nerfs, which I expected because Akuma is just, yeah, still very strong. So his half circle back fireball is now no longer safe. It's -12, and it's -4 on hit instead of -1. Pretty solid nerf. His down 4, oh boy, this annoying fucking unseeable low sweep now does 3 points less damage, so it does 20 to 17. So I think that means that it's not going to spark anymore. Thank you. That low was always fucking irritating. And forward 4, change the opponent's behavior when the move lands as a counter hit. It no longer launches on counter, by the way, guys. It basically does the same thing as it does on normal hit. That's a pretty solid nerf. That's pretty solid. But and that was one of his key moves in the open. So that's that's probably gonna hurt a little bit. But again, I think Akuma's still very strong. Now, you know what? Lee, when I was seeing Lee's name a couple times, I thought they were gonna give Lee big buffs, because that's what we needed. Lee needs humongous buffs to become viable. And just reading this, I was just I was frustrated. You know, before I get to him, because I'm going to have a pretty decent rant on Lee, I'm going to finish with Eddie and Miguel. Eddie, up back 1 and up 1, I don't know what that is. I guess got to fix an issue. That's whatever. And his route running 3 has more range. That's slide. Okay, that's crazy. So yeah, Eddie didn't get anything drastic. And then my boy Miguel. I'm very happy with Miguel's changes. So his rage drive changed the opponent's behavior on the second hit. So, what they basically did was, if you hit with the second hit of the Rage Drive, it would do that blue spark thing, or that you'll see a bunch of blue on the other character, kind of like with Lee. And what that means is that you can actually screw a second time. So off of his Rage Drive now, Miguel's, you can now screw twice. You'll have the first screw, and then you'll screw again. That is, finally, Miguel got a good buff on his Rage Drive, because previously, this was one of the worst Rage Drives in the entire game. You basically got almost no damage from it. It was only +3 on block. Sure, it was fast, but it just didn't give much reward. Now you actually get good reward from it. You get a lot more damage, and you'll really notice it. So the Rage Drive, thank you. He needed that. The Rage Drive was just useless before. It just was not good. And the 1-4 from Savage Chance is now a natural combo. That was his wall bounce back in Season 1. I mean, Season 2, not Season 1. So that's good. Now it's natural. I don't even know why it was not natural before, but it's now natural. So, thumbs up. And his Savage Down Back 3 does more damage. It goes from 20 to 23. So I think it does just as much damage as Brian's Hatchet Kick. I think it does. Let me see. 23. Yep, 23. So it does just as much damage as Brian's Hatchet Kick. But it still doesn't force crouch. It's still not +5, but that's still good. That's still a nice damage buff. So Miguel also got some nice buffs. I like that. Now Lee. Oh, Jesus Christ, Lee. Lee, you just cannot get solid buffs, can you? I was talking to RKO about this a little bit earlier this morning. But Lee is just... it's not... No. These changes are not going to cut it. He got buffed, but they're not good enough. So Lee's down back 3. Does 2 points more damage, 13 to 15. Okay. And the opponent's closer on hit. That's okay, but that's still not that great. What I was expecting them to do is do this, but maybe buff the frame advantage. Maybe make it +4 or +3. If you did that and make down for 1 uninterruptible, that would be better. But yeah, it's still not that great of a low, to be honest. Now here's a decent buff. Back 4, shorten the recovery time after the move hit misses by 5 frames. So it recovers 5 frames faster. And that's a pretty big deal because that's one of the best keep out moves in the game. So that's good. I like that buff. And that's a key move, so I like that. Now his back 3 +4, that's his mid power crush, is now a wall bounce. Now that would be great if the move was not -15 on block. It's launch punishable on block with not a shitload of pushback. And it's still just a power crush wall bounce. Most power crush wall bounce in this game, like Miguel's for example, are -14. So if they made it a wall bounce, but also made it -14 on block, then that would be a nice buff. But it's still -15 on block. So it's launch punishable. And next to a wall, it's going to have no pushback, and you're going to get launched. So that's not a very good buff in my opinion. Sure, I mean, that's, power crush wall bounce, that's great, but it's -15. Launch punishable. So again, not enough. You need that needs to go to -14. That needs to be -14. Or if you were even more generous, make it -13. At the most, make it -14. Make it like Miguel's. That's bullshit. That needs to be safer on block. It's just too punishable. And this time with enemy attack, back 1 +2, 4. This is a completely fucking useless buff. Wait, what was it? Change the move to send the opponent spinning when the move hits the mid-air. Mid-air. When the hell are you ever going to hit that? When are you ever going to hit that mid-air? That's never going to happen. So that buff, completely useless. Completely. Now, if they maybe if they made them screw on counter hit, that would be much more useful if the opponent was pushing a lot of buttons. But no, it's mid-air. What? You're never going to land that ever. So that was useless. The best buff he got here was the back 4, getting less recovery on whiff. But other than that, Lee is still not very good. What they need to do is use these buffs, of course, but add on to them. Make the power crush -14 and reverse some of the nerfs. Down 3 should not have gotten nerf tracking. Okay. 1-3-3-3 should not have been nerfed. That needs to go back to 4 frames faster, or in fact, maybe make it easier to do. So you but still make it hard, but make it slightly easier. So it's not like impossible. Or, not even impossible, but just extremely difficult. And why does forward 4 no longer give that counter hit stun? That needs to come back. So if you did all that stuff, and gave him these buffs, but gave him a little bit more, Lee could be a very, very solid character. He could be very, very usable. Very usable. But as of right now, there's no reason to use Lee, honestly, over characters like Law. Law could basically do the same thing, but just better, to be honest. And easier. So, yeah, overall, with these patch notes, now, again, I haven't looked at Anna, Lei, or Leroy yet, but they're probably going to be the same. I don't know. Who knows? But overall, some of these buffs are okay, but then there are others that I find complete bullshit. Mishimas, I'm talking to you. Why do you have a faster recovery electric? Why does the Hell Sweep track more? That shouldn't be there. Kazuya and Deviljin, all the Mishimas, maybe except for Heihachi could have gotten a smaller buff. Kazuya and Deviljin were completely fine the way they were. Completely fine. Especially Kazuya. Especially Kazuya. But you're just making these characters more annoying. Hornong is just more annoying. Gonna be more frustrating to deal with. Xiaoyu, slightly more frustrating. Brian, Hatch Kick's gonna be a little more annoying, but nothing crazy. Miguel, same thing. Nothing too crazy. Except for the Rage Art. That's a pretty big deal. For me, at least. Mishima's just gonna be completely annoying. And Asuka, more annoying. It's like, did y'all like go to a party and then get drunk and then do these patch notes? I don't get this. I really don't. I find this bullshit for some of these changes, and they need to be fixed. Especially the Mishimas. But, yeah, that's all I really had to say about these patch notes. I hope that they can do something about this for some of these characters, like Hornong or Mishimas. And, Lee, especially Lee. Lee is just terrible right now, still. Still just not, not terrible, but he's still not very good. He's just not that amazing. I much rather would have Season 2 Lee, who he was much harder, but just stronger. And he was more fun to use in Season 2. Season 3, he's just not as fun. So it's just, yeah. With mainly characters like Lee, I'm very disappointed. And characters like Gigas, Eliza, all the low-tier characters have gotten no buffs whatsoever. That makes zero sense to me. So I hope they can do something about this, but I don't think they will because they never fucking listen to me. Or to anyone, not even just me, but anyone. But, yeah, that's really about it. Thank you guys for stopping by. This is Falcon. And peace out, guys.